Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Just reading through the comments there, we've got Sunderland fans, we've got Liverpool fans, Spurs fans, happy days. The newly promoted sides, let's be honest, we're absolutely killing it. I've seen so many stats, so many predictions at this stage of a season, X amount of points and all that, but I know people are like, "Whoa, no, Leeds will lead it up," but there's many reasons to be happy this weekend. There was no video yesterday. I thought I'd have a night off. I stayed up, watched the boxing. That was a bit mad. I did not expect Fabian Wardley to do that. So that was fun. I'm absolutely knackered, but I thought, listen, we've got to speak about it. We've got to speak about the result on Friday against West Ham and just the start Leeds have made to life in the Premier League. You could argue it could be better. You could be a Sunderland fan, for example, who were sat in the top four. But listen, all we've got to do is beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. I know we should have beat Burnley, but hey, they've got back-to-back wins now after a win against Wolves. Still not as many points as us, though, but there you go. I think the big key thing is it was a real shot in the arm for Leeds United, for certain individuals within the team. My American boy, of course, being one of them. A shot in the arm for the manager. For the conversion rate and all that sort of jazz. Listen, there's 160 you here already, so smash a like on the video. We've got faces new and old. Well, I think everyone... No, Craig, have you been on?
No, never been on yet.
You haven't? No. I mean, me and Craig have spoken, and obviously I've been on All Leeds TV, but Craig, it's your first time on here on the final word. How are you, mate? Are you good?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, good. It's great to have you here. At least, we can get an actual sense of your presence because we didn't in the Content Creator Cup. I don't remember. Did you play? I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't help it. Sorry. Paul, I won't make that jibe to you because I remember you actually being in the game. But how are you, mate?
I remember it as well, Joe. I remember it really well.
I saw the way dragging me to the ground to get away with it, yeah.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I got to the game on Friday. I wasn't late into the ground.
Oh,
that did worry me. But I was in the cheese wedge for the first time. I have a massive bruise on my leg after we scored. When Okafor nearly puts that goal in, to make it 3-0 and just misses the outside of the post, I kidney punched somebody completely by accident. I'm not sure what happened, but singing non-stop. The vibes were immaculate in the ground all night. But no, I'm good. We needed that. We really, really needed that.
We did.
Everybody was annoyed at the Peacock because the outside bar where they normally serve, not the one up the stairs, but the one at the back of the pub, there was only one person serving, so everybody was bitching about that. And it's like, first world problems, guys. You'll get your beer, just wait. Couldn't get my bang bang chicken like I normally like to get before pre-game. I ended up having to get the driest, and I don't know how they managed to do this, the driest chicken burger I've ever had in my entire life, which just sucked any form of moisture out of my mouth whatsoever. Doesn't matter how much, tomato sauce you put on it. It was literally, I felt, like one of them mummies that you see where the chicken like that. It was just terrible, absolutely terrible. But fab night all round, and I'm good. I'm happy. Been to the gym today, smashed it out of the gym. I was weighing 117 kilograms. I'm now down to 112.3. So clearly I had a really big shit at some point today. So rock on. But I'm in a good mood.
Yes, good. My mate Rob, there you go. My mate Rob goes in the cheese wedge, and it gets quite wild in there, doesn't it? It does get quite wild in the cheese wedge, to be fair. It's one part of the ground I haven't been in, I don't think.
No, me either. That's the first time. So I've now completed the entire ground now, which is good.
I love that. Joe, how are you, my man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
I was like sat watching your post-match reaction. I was driving somewhere and I was like, this is too normal, because I'm right hyped, obviously. I put, this is wrong, Joe, game management. Anyway, I knew you'd be saying this. I had to chuckle to myself as I was driving.
I knew you would. I was waiting. I was like, either Joe Raymond will pop into this or I'll get a text off him later on going game management. I would accept that for 15 minutes of a match. I will not accept that for 45 minutes of a game. But yeah, I watched it back again last night, and I did a video yesterday, giving player ratings and just kind of analysing the goals and seeing the goals we scored as well, which when you look at Brendan Aronson's goal and you look back at it a little bit, Okafor and Aronson do a hell of a lot of work to get into those positions.
Yeah.
So credit to them. But yeah, much calmer today with the result in the back of my mind, and obviously then knowing the context of what went on during the week in more detail with Farkas post-match. So yeah, happy, good weekend. Results have gone our way this weekend mostly. Don't mind Burnley. As long as that gap between us and the bottom three stays the results, I'm very happy.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we've got Matt, who's always happy. Let's be honest. He's always got a smile on his face. He's always throwing positives out. First time on the final word. How you doing, Matt? All right?
Oh, doing good. I love players proving fans are wrong, that they're better than what people think they are. And hopefully that continues. I mean, great performance. Happy. And yeah, hopefully we can continue that on to next week as well against Brighton, who, aren't doing that well as well. Only 1 point above us.
Yeah,
and
no, this is true.
People, you look at their team and you'd say they're probably better.
Yeah.
But
We never do well at Brighton as well.
Yeah.
You're right. You are right. Someone texted me earlier saying big game against Brighton. It was actually a West Ham fan. I've been winding him up. It was lawless. But I said, oh, no, we've already written this off, to be fair. I think as a fan base, collectively, we've probably gone to Brighton and gone, we won't win there. We'll see what we get. Does that tend to be the general consensus, or does anyone think we can beat Brighton?
I'd like a point. I'd like to at least go and try and get a point there. Get 4 points in the next 2 games. That's excellent. That's a really good run. It fixes the Burnley result massively for us. I don't think we should be afraid of anybody. I know we'll be told they're an established side and respect, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I would like to see us do a bit more something they're doing against some of these teams and just go at them.
Yeah,
and again, the first half against West Ham, and I agree with Matt, I think this side is better than we think it is. I think when they do have a go at teams, they look proper, like they belong in this division. So, why not? Especially when they're not having a great time. Why not go and try and do something? But a point would be massive.
Yeah, no, it would be, mate. You're right. It would be absolutely huge. And you are right in saying Sunderland. I mean, when they got that result against Chelsea, it's a massive result, really, to be fair. And they did the way this, like they deserve to be right now. So fair play to them. There's loads for us to get stuck into, and we will do. But just while we're talking about the positives and stuff, there's been some mad stats about how, this is the best return of newly promoted sides since forever. I knew you'd be. I did see your tweet, Joe, when the BBC one was done.
That's it.
I said that to both of you. I said that to both of you.
You did. Yeah, exactly. I did put on the title of this, the odds say we can do it. Because the stats suggest if a team's got 11 points after 10 games, they stay up. We've actually got it after 9. So, Craig,
we get relegated. It's your fault.
Yes, no, fair. I'll take it. Craig, I'll come to you first. Are you in that? I mean, it's far too early, 10 games in, but are you thinking already, dreaming of another season in the Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a superstitious guy when it comes to football. Because I've grown up playing football and it's been around my family, so it's like I'm a superstitious person when it comes to football, and I look at stuff like that. Now, there's another stat that Leeds have never gone down in the first season back in the top flight. When they played in the top flight, they've stayed up. So I look at stuff like that, and I look back. I messaged in the group that Bielsa, after the same games, Bielsa's first season, exactly the same points tally, exactly the same win, draws and losses. So yeah, I'm confident. I think we'll stay up. It's like Matt said earlier, I think we're better than what we are, and I think we will give teams. I know you'll look at teams on paper and go, yeah, Brighton are better than us, or this team's better than us on paper, but I think we can give everybody a go. Honestly.
I think the mad thing is as well, we could arguably have more points. I mean, the fact that we were largely better than Bournemouth, and they're second in the league now. And we literally, I think they've only still lost once against Liverpool, when really they should have lost against us as well. So yeah, but like Kershaw said in the comments, Paul, the next 2 games will be a good test to see how good we actually are, right? 2 tough away games. Brighton we never do well at. Forest, I know they were beaten today by Bournemouth, but they got a clean sheet in Europe. Dyche's only got 2 games. He's got another week to work with them. It'll be 2 weeks by the time we play with them. That'll be a tough game at the City ground. So these 2 next away games, and then we don't even need to talk about November's run, because that's City, that's Liverpool, that's fucking Chelsea. So that's going to be rock hard anyway. But yeah, these next 2 games, real test for us, Paul.
Yeah, no, they are. Look, dispel the illusion. Every single game is going to be tough. It doesn't matter who we play. And the thing is, certain teams might have better players than us on paper. But the thing is can they play as a team? One of the things that Farke, and I've been critical of Farke, I've been critical of Farke. I mentioned with regards to where I am on the rung of the ladder, and I was getting towards step 3. I've now come down to step 2 after what I saw on Friday night. So my
ladder's still in the fucking garage, mate. It's not even come out yet.
You're a trampoline, Joe, not a ladder.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great. It's great.
I like that. Actually,
every game. What's that line that Dr. Dre uses? You'd have to jump and swing up just to hit me in the knees. That's the one that he uses, isn't it? In the song. So for me, it's we just have to make sure that the team that we put out is right for the position or for the formation that we're trying to play. The team that we put out on Friday night was much better for the 4-3-3 that we were trying to play, because we had Okafor on the left-hand side. And listen, we keep him fit and he gets match fitness. He is the difference maker for us. He brightens the life out of people going forwards. But, you've got Brighton next. They're very either or at the moment. They do have very, very good players in their team, but I think overall, the collective, we have the opportunity to go and get points. I'd like to get a draw there. I would like to get a draw there. Nottingham Forest, we just have to go at Nottingham Forest. We need to put the pressure on them. We need to go at them fast. This team is at its best when we're on the front foot, when we do the front press. That's when this team is at its very, very best. I agree with Jer. It was, although I was having such a good time on Friday night because we were all singing and having a laugh and everything in the cheese wedge, it was brilliant. But we sat off far too early for me. I know that I was kind of dictated to by the players that we brought on, because you bring Harrison on and that automatically brings us back a little bit. We don't have that forward pass as much. But the way that you conserve your energy, particularly for a team that is ill, and that came out, that it was absolutely ravaged the squad last week, keep hold of the ball. You dictate the pace. Let you control the pace of the game. One thing we are very, very good at is dictating the pace, is controlling the ball. Even in the Premier League, that's what we've been good at, and that's what I'd like to see us do more. Because we went from 60-odd% in the first half, and then the game came back around again, and it was we'd almost halved that by the end of the game. That's my only criticism of a very, very positive outcome, and this is something that Farke does very well. Like I said, in terms of the rung of the ladder, when the chips are down and it's tough, he usually comes out and answers the critics very, very well. And he did that on Friday night. I just want us to be on the front foot more, so we can control the pace of a game a little bit more, because we are good enough to do that, and we do have the players and the ability to do that. Aronson, 9 out of 10 on Friday. My thing has always been the same. He wasn't bringing stuff to the table. I've been sat, as you well know, Joe, I've been sat making edits of him over today because I enjoyed what I saw. He was ghosting past people last night on Friday night. We know West Ham are poor, but that Aronson plays, that's a different proposition for us and a much better proposition for us, in my opinion. But minimum 1 point out of the next 2 games, that keeps us in the point per game. We get a win. That's really, really good. We get 2 wins. That's ridiculous. We get a win and a draw. Fantastic set of games for us. You can't knock that. So the minimum for me is a point, but we can go into these next 2 games with confidence. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you bang on, and you've covered so much there, mate. Thank you very much. No, it's fine. It's great. It's a perfect what's the way segue towards Joe, really, to on the back of, let's talk about that second 45, Joe, because obviously we were under the cosh. when they scored that goal, man, I can't lie. I was thinking, oh no, not again, please, not after Bournemouth. No, you know, the Fulham result, they're still sticking in the back of your mind. Thankfully, it was too late for them, and we did hold on. But I know you had a bit of criticism about that, and it's not all. Look, listen, for me, it'd all be about the positives, but it's nice to have some what do they call it?
I'm here to bring you down.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Go on, just bring the negative Irishman in, let him start. Come on.
Listen, I'll start fighting now. There's a lot of positives. There was a lot of and if you take everything into consideration and you look at it in hindsight, looking back at the game with a clear mind, knowing the result was in hand, it's a good defensive performance in the second half. My take on it is, did it need to be? Is where I'm coming at it from. It's like, did we need to drop off as much? And people have said to me, well, you know, West Ham had more to play for. They came out and pushed us back, and I would disagree with that. And how I disagree is, I look at the restarts of a game, and every time there's a goal kick from West Ham, if you look in the first half, Leeds have got 3 players on the edge of their penalty area covering their fullbacks, and they've got DCL and then Tanaka behind them. In the second half, every single kick out, we had 10 players in our own half. DCL was on his own. So there was a clear decision there to not press the ball at the front. And I agree with Paul. I think when Leeds do defend in the opposition's half, we're very good at that. I think when we sit back on our 18-yard line, as we've done pretty much in every game at some degree this year, again, outside of maybe Newcastle and Everton, because Everton were still running at them in the 89th minute, we've conceded when we've done that, you know, and it's a hell of a job. And I don't take this lightly. It is an impossible job to sit back for 45 minutes and try and defend the lead. You will concede. The best teams in the world will, because you don't have the ball. And when you don't have the ball, you're doing a lot more running. And when you're doing a lot more running, you tire more. And if you had illness in the camp during the course of the week, that's going to take it out of you. Sean Longstaff is the prime example. Fantastic in the first half, covered every blade of grass, was bombing into people. Second half was 5 yards off it, wasn't getting close enough to Paqueta, wasn't making tackles. Tanaka the same, both of them went out of the game. And I think you've got to look at it from that perspective of going, well, they did look leggy. They got through a huge amount of work, which is a positive. They had to, and they did. West Ham are dirt. They're dirt. They were awful against Brentford. They were dirt against us in the first half. And I think we gave them too much respect in the second half. However, what I will say is we managed to limit them to really any real main goal scoring opportunities, which says an awful lot about the quality of the defense that we've got there. Ethan Ampadu just switches off and lets Fernandez get away from him, and it's a flick on, and it's unfortunate, but that is a niggle that's been in a couple of games where somebody in every game has just switched off. Anton Stack, Gabby Goodwinson, there's been moments in each game where a momentary lapse in concentration has led to a goal against us, and that shows you how brutal the Premier League is. If you are not switched on for 90 or 110 minutes as it was in this game, you will concede. But again, the fact the first half went 60 minutes, and again, fatigue, tiredness, illness, all of that, you can understand. And Ethan Ampadu, for me, by the way, I thought he was phenomenal in this game. I thought he just swept up that midfield so well. To see him bursting through the lines as well, and tax, I laughed my arse off when he did get a shot away, because you're like, what are you doing there? Yeah. And what are you going to do with that ball? Yeah, and then and I laughed at it, but it's great to see that he was the one that was like, right, give me it, and burst through the lines. And when we weren't getting close enough, he was the one smashing into people. You need that. I said to you last week after the Burnley game, where's the players grabbing the rest of the lads by the scruff of the neck and dragging a performance out of them? Ethan Ampadu for me against West Ham did that. When the players couldn't get close enough, he did. And it's unfortunate, like as I said, in the scores I gave, I knocked a half a mark off because of the goal at the end. But outside of that, it was a hell of a performance by him. But I agree with Paul, and I think it's a major factor. It's not just a Jack Harrison factor. I actually gave Jack a decent rating as well, because defensively, I thought he was good. Yeah. It does look. I mean, at this point, we're in the same category as Brendan Aronson. There is no point in criticizing Jack Harrison for not being a creative player. He's just not that player. So you've got to talk about him in every other aspect of the game instead. Defended very well. James Justin, when he came on, defended very, very well. But they're not.
I was really impressed with him, by the way, and I've been criticising that 10 million spend, but I think James Justin, it was great.
We saw why he was bought. We saw why he was bought for yesterday, and it's a different proposition. You've got to look at the first half from Leeds. Everything is coming down our left side. The link-up play between Gabby Goodwinson and Noah Okafor was beautiful to watch. Little backheels and flicks. Yeah. There's an understanding there, which is great. Even Bial coming in managed to figure it out pretty quickly with them, and that left-hand side looked really good. But then Gabby goes off, unfortunately injured, and James Justin comes on. He's not an attack-minded fullback, so you've got to change where you face it. Then you've got, well, he was going to take Okafor off after 55. First half goes long, so he takes him off at halftime. That's forced as well. You bring Jack Harrison on. Now that left-hand side of the pitch is incredibly different, and that changes everything about the context of the game. So then it's about managing the match out. But I would like to think that Farke was telling the players to get out after we conceded. I would like to see him do that before we concede, because I think 10 yards higher, and I think it's a much easier second half for us. I think we can get balls into the opposition. I'm not saying we should go gung-ho, but just 10 yards higher, just off the 18-yard line, give ourselves a bit more space to breathe in. But outside of that, it's a massive 3 points. It was a hell of a performance considering the illnesses in the camp. They deserve a huge amount of credit. The only criticism of Farke, he got pretty much bang on, everything bang on. The only criticism was he said after the game, I would have made 11 substitutions. So why did you wait till the 85th minute to make 2? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you were going to make 11 changes at half time, why not make them earlier in the game when they could have done with it? I thought Dan James and Metchuk probably could have come on the 75th, 80th minutes because DCL was running on empty, got through a ton of work. Aronson probably needed to freshen up at that point as well, and Leeds needed an out ball. So, but that's nitpicking on what was a very, very good performance. So, yeah, really happy with it. The negative is just the switching off. That's it. That's all.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, the goal that West Ham scored, it was a good goal, wasn't it? It was a lovely little flick from Bowen and a header that I don't think Perry can do much about, really,
Nothing.
to be fair.
No.
But yeah, Matt, I'll come to you. Obviously, Brendan, Paul touched on it. Jers touched on it. Would you argue it's potentially his best game in a Leeds shirt?
Definitely his best game in a Leeds shirt. That beats the Chelsea game for me. Because for me, that Chelsea game was his best for a long time. And he was just phenomenal.
Last time he scored a goal, by the way, which was August 22. So in the Premier League anyway. Yeah, Premier League goal.
Yeah, I thought he was phenomenal. Like, attacking-wise, he looked like he was actually taking his man on, which I really liked. He was putting some dangerous balls in the box. Like, he actually got some crosses right, which I liked. His defensive work, you can never knock because he's always great at those. Creativity. He always gets slandered for his creativity, really. But I was on Twitter and I saw a stat that said he's top for Premier League wingers and attacking midfielders chances creation ratio in the league. Ahead of players like Salah, Saka, Doku. But apparently he can't create to a lot of people, which is wild.
Go on, Matt. Go on, son.
And not being able to defend and pocket and crease Somerville.
Yeah, and another thing, on Somerville, he locked him off. Him and Bogle locked him off. When Aronson first started coming in, people were like, "Oh, him and Bogle don't work together." Well, they haven't played with each other down that wing, so they had a couple of games, and now they're starting to probably learn each other more of how to play, and Longstaff as well. I think it feels like in the last couple of games, you kind of notice Longstaff's it feels like he's put an arm around Aronson and kind of helped him. It looks like there's kind of a leadership there, which I like. Because it seems I remember there was a moment where Aronson had the ball on the side and he flicked it through, and then Longstaff was just clapping him. So I was happy with his performance. I mean, that run in the second half. I mean,
oh yeah, man. If he scores there, man, my top's coming off and everything. I think, man, it was.
I'm not sure what would have happened in amongst the crowd of people that I was with. No. I'd already been jumped on by a 6'4" guy in a puffer jacket already during that. So God knows what would have happened if he'd gone all the way through and scored.
Yeah, it was quality, wasn't it? Great performance, really all round. Craig, the players that did come in, we wanted changes. We got changes. Biol, Perry, Tanaka. And obviously Okafor coming in, they all. And do you know what I was happy with as well? The fact that the manager used Okafor, even though he knew he's not going to get full 90 out of him, and sometimes he maybe leaves that to bring him on. It was I need to get in front. I need to use this guy. Yeah. And I like how he played him. I know we'd only get 45, but it shows that the manager's normally he tends to err on the side of caution. And this time it felt with that, he was, no, I'm going to have to use him because we struggled without him against Burnley. But the four that came in all did well, Craig, right?
Yeah, fantastic. And in my head, I think in the back of Farke's mind is he's got his 11. He's got his 11 that he wants to play, but unfortunate circumstances like injuries, illnesses, and things like that. He's having to play what he's got at his disposal. The best team he can. But the thing about having Okafor on, it just changes the game completely, doesn't it? Because from what my interpretation of it is that not only have you got that more creativity, that the unpredictability that he's got, that he has going forward, the opposition's defender has got something to think about. When you bring people like Jack Harrison on, he knows what he's going to. The defender knows what the type of game he's going to have. He knows how far he can go. We look for that. They don't know. They don't. It's in the back of the mind. So they're less expressive, and I think that helps us a lot. But yeah, Biol, he played well. It was nice to see, Perry have a good game as well. But I was really impressed as well with James Justin when he came on. I thought. That left-hand side could get, it might be brutal now, but he played fantastic, I thought.
Yeah.
He did really well against Newcastle as well. Newcastle and Everton when he came on. Was it Everton? I can't remember which one, or Newcastle. No, it was Newcastle. He came on against Newcastle, I think, and he played well then as well. I like Justin. I understand. I speak to, there's a Leicester fan that I speak to quite regularly, and he said that Justin's better on the left-hand side than he's on the right. Like, he's amazing on the left. So when they were in the Premier League, he said he shone on the left-hand side. So
got an England call-up, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got an England call-up for playing on the left-hand
side. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. Maybe we'll have England's right back and left back then for World Cup. Who knows? James Justin and
Jaden. Can we have a chat about Bogle?
Yeah,
and the fact that we got told that he is just, that he's useless from the Sheffield United fans.
Can I just jump in before you do?
Go for it.
Don Hassam, listen, come back on a Leeds channel when you can win a game in the Premier League, mate. 4 games without a win. 4.
Can I just say something about that as well?
Yeah.
Jesse Marsh was ahead of the game. He was trying to get long throws brought back before they came into fashion.
This is true. Like Sean Dyche when he did his press conference saying that he knew that set pieces were always going to come a thing and stuff. Ahead of the game, Jesse and Sean Dyche. But yeah, Hassam, I'll be seeing you on Wednesday, my man. Go on, Paul. You were saying on Bogle.
Yeah, just Bogle. Just that he's just natural. I love 5 million of your British pounds, and he is as good as what he's just brilliant. He's absolutely. I love everything about him. He's a throwback. He wears his pants. Not his pants. I don't know how he wears his pants. He wears his shorts quite loose. His socks are down low. He just, his hands are tucked up in his shirt sleeve. I love. He's a proper throwback, but he's dead skillful, which is just really good to see. And he knows. And like it was mentioned that that little relationship that's building up between him and Aronson as well, like that knowing when to go and when to come back and when to support, all that kind of stuff. He's just such a good player. He just adapts really well. And if it's Dan James in front of him, that partnership works as well. He just gets it straight away for me. He's just, for me, I just love everything about him. He's just such.
He's one of our best players, at this point. He absolutely is, and consistently as well. The other thing with him as well is we've been very lucky with right backs for a very long time. We've always had really good right backs, and he's just the next in the line of like similar type to Gary Kelly, Luke Ayling, like these kind of players just bomb down the right hand side and give absolutely everything. What a steal! Him and Goodmunson. I love Gabby Goodmunson. I think he's been a breath of fresh air on that side, and what a player he's been for us. And again, 10 million quid, 15 million quid for your 2 fullbacks, and they're probably 2 of our standout players.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. Can I just get some thoughts on the keeper as well, specifically? Because I thought he looked much more assured in this game than we've seen previously. Even the one that he parried from Jarrod Bowen, which was a great strike, by the way. A lot of people should have parried. He still got up and punched it. And I think his kicking was quality for DCL. That connection will get a lot of fruit from that, I think, because he hit him every time.
Much better this time around. Better this time around. His kicking was brilliant. His kicking was a bit wayward before. It used to spoon it, or it'd go a little bit, it'd swing off a little bit he used to hook it left all the time. And he was now getting it straight every time it was on DCL's head. I like Perry commanding in his area. I thought he was good.
Yeah. There's an outlet from that as well, especially in the first half. If we can get the wingers right with DCL, With a 4-3-3, when the ball goes into him, they've got to get to him as quick as they can. Either just beyond them or one face, and then the midfield got to support. They did it a few times in the first half. But if Perry puts long balls down DCL's throat all season and he flicks them on for the other lads to run onto, that's an outlet. And if nothing else, if we're under the caution, we need to get out, that's your ball. He's not going to be brilliant with his distribution. He's known for not having brilliant distribution, but I keep saying that's not what he's there for me. I want him to make sure he stops the ball going in the goal first and foremost. I thought he commanded his area really well. Took pressure off at key moments when, we were under a bit of pressure. He came out over players. He's a big lad and he uses that as well. There's a little bit of eccentricity about him as well that I like, and also makes me, a little bit of poo come out every now and then. But, again, he's Brazilian, so you don't mind that. But the one where he kind of dives outwards in the second half and hits off his wrist and goes back towards the end line, and then Joe Rodon clears it off the end line and he gets up and he's celebrating like he's scored a goal, and I was like, I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's solid. It was always going to take him time just to settle in Leeds. He's a Brazilian. It's pretty cold. He needs time to gel and then get used to the players, get used to the league and all that kind of stuff. So it's still going to take him time, but yeah, he looked very solid. The defense looked very comfortable with him as well, which is great to see.
Yeah, no, bang on. Yeah, you bang on. And Jared, just to answer on this, really, when you're talking about that player from the right, Kershaw says, hope we can sign more Okafor type players in January. You would imagine it's easier to attract better players now they have seen we can compete. But that's what we're talking about, innit? If you can get someone like Okafor on the right, then that really does help the situation in the final third. Because as much as Aronson was amazing, as much as, Harrison did okay when he came on, that's the one area of the pitch that we need improvements. And that's before even Nonto and James come back. We still need improvement there. Yeah,
and I mean, Kershaw very rarely makes bad points anyway, to be fair to him. So it's, bang on the money for me. It's, on my channel anyway. It's, I think he's bang on the money. If you can do that, if you can just get that balance right and left-hand side, DCL won't get a lot, maybe doesn't get a lot of credit for the performance tonight. I think he deserves a huge amount of credit being up there on his own, the amount of work he got through in the whole of play, especially in the second half when he was completely isolated. But for those opportunities, he's bang on the money there. If you can get one more player like that on the right-hand side and balance that out, and even Dan James as well as an option for flick-ons to run onto the ball as well, it's a big asset. It's old school. Maybe we need to be a bit more old school in this league. Maybe we need to move away from what everyone else is trying to do and play to our strengths, and our strengths are height and physicality. Let's use it. So no issues at all.
It's funny you say that, because I was listening to a podcast. It's called From My Left, and they said that in terms of the difference with the newly promoted sides from last season to this is we are three of the most direct teams in Europe. So I think that's something that obviously all newly promoted sides have realised. They said, listen, let's not try this tippy-tappy bullshit out from the back. We're in the Premier League. We'll get ran all over. If we need to, we'll go along. And, that's a difference that we've seen in ourselves. Like we used to play out from the back in Championship. We tend to not do it when we tried to do it against Arsenal. We know what happened, don't we? So I think that, we have been making changes. And Craig, I'll come back to you. Farke, again, regardless of what you think of him, he'll be sitting with a, nice coffee and cake tonight thinking a job well done this weekend. And the doubters that were out there have silenced them again for another week.
Yeah, you know what I've said about Farke, though. I'm back to him all the way. You come back to last season, exactly this time last season, same rants about him, that we're not scoring enough goals, he's not the right man for us. And he's notorious for pulling it out second half of the season, and doing better. But yeah, I think the way that he is, if you give him the right tools, he'll do a job. And I think he'll do well in this league if you've got the right players in. It's going to be difficult. There's no two ways about it. This season for us, it'll be difficult. And I like the thing that you've been saying recently is we are where we're supposed to be. And that does it make sense? We are where we're supposed to be. Anything higher than what we are now is a bonus. I'm happy. We're going to lose games, but Farke knows this, and I think he's not daft. He will get us. It might not be pretty on the eye. Fans might not like it, but he knows what he's doing, and that's why he's a manager and we're not.
Yeah, it's funny. Like if you look at the games that we probably should have done more and that we didn't. If you look at the Bournemouth game, we should have won that game. That would have been 3 points. That would have put us on 14. Then you look at Fulham, we should have got a point out of that. That's 15. And going into the Burnley game, we were all saying we should be winning that. That's 3 points. That puts you second in the table.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
I
nuts.
I worked it out last night. I was sat looking at the points that we could have, the games that we could have won, or we should have won, and would have been sat up there. But like I say about him, I said the same about Bielsa when he lost his job. You give them a team like of superstars, like like Man City or Barcelona, that these managers will excel. But it's difficult because you've got to remember we've got players that we brought up through the Championship as well, and they're getting used to the pace and of this league. So it's a long road, but we'll be there. I'm quite comfortably happy that we will stay up.
Yeah,
it's tough to get used to the fact that he is naturally pragmatic, because again, when you do see Leeds flowing, you're like, this is good. More of this, please. Why do you want this more often? But he naturally will go, right back, lads. I mean, there's a.
But that's my argument, that if he had the right players, I don't think he would be that pragmatic.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be right, mate. You might be right. But we talked about this last year during the summer show as well. There's a Gareth Southgate about him as well, where you just think these are good players. If you just believe in them 5% more, just not saying take the handbrake off completely, just loosen it at times a little bit more, and you might get more. But again, looking at those games, it's fine margins in this league, and we could very easily be higher in the table than we are, or we could be easily lower than we are again in other games as well. So it can go either way. But I do like an awful lot of this Leeds team, and Craig's bang on the money again as well, because if you look at Daniel Farke's history over his career, Norwich, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Leeds in 2 seasons, takes him 10 games to get going. That's the one thing I wish he would take a look at and go, is my preseason exactly what it should be if I'm consistently starting every season slowly, and takes 10 games to really get into a rhythm? The plus side to that is we're 15th in the table, and we know we're about to come into our rhythm in a couple of weeks' time. So, that kind of 10 boxes behind us, and we're in a decent position. So it's not like we were waiting for 10 games and sitting rock bottom of the league. There's bits there. I like more attacking football naturally, so that'll always be a BMI on it. But as long as he's picking up the points and doing the right things, and he's listening, and he's not, he is stubborn, but he's shown it this week that he's able to loosen it at times when he has to. And don't be afraid to rotate that squad, and don't be afraid to put people in. Don't flog the 11 every single week. You've got good options there. Don't be afraid to rotate them around. You can go horses for courses in this league with this team now. You've got decent options there. That's the only thing. But the fact that he made the changes this week, and he made as many as he did, even with the illnesses, with Stroke was still on the bench, and Farke has always said, if you're fit enough to make the bench, you're fit enough to start. So take all that and say he's made 4 changes, and they've worked. Yeah. They've worked for him. So just keep doing that. Keep the side fresh as you can. Areola does it very well at Bournemouth. He doesn't necessarily make changes to change the game. He changes players to freshen it up. So it's like for like change, but it's fresh legs in areas. So that kind of stuff will go an awful long way. But yeah, I mean, you can't fault. I wanted 17th this season. We're 15th, and we've got a gap.
Exactly. It's massive, isn't it, Matt? The gap, we have 6 points on Nottingham Forest, 7 on West Ham, and 9 on Wolves. And yes, it's only 9 games in, but that's a massive gap. Another win as well. Countdown to 10 wins, 7 wins away with 29 games to go. You've got to be happy with where we are, mate.
Yeah, I'm happy with where we are. I think we're playing well. We're getting the points that we should get. Besides the Burnley game, you would say maybe that's the only one where we should have got maybe a point or a win. But they've won 2 in a row now, and they look good at home. They haven't lost it at home, have they? This season?
Yeah, they beat Sunderland at home as well, mate. You're right. Yeah, I don't think they have, pal. To be honest, let me have a look while you're on. They are actually
they've lost 1-2.
Lost 1, yeah.
And
that was Liverpool.
That was the Liverpool game. The game
and
they really
and that was a last-minute penalty, weren't it, against Liverpool?
That was Jaden Anthony being an idiot.
Yeah, no,
stuck his arm out and pulled him. Was it Hannibal?
Hannibal?
Oh, it was Hannibal,
yeah, it was Hannibal, weren't it?
He grabbed him, yeah.
Not like him.
Yeah.
No, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
Fuck's the best manager that's out there. There's no other manager out there that's better than him. Like, I don't know what people want. Do they want Steven Gerrard? Like, what else is there out there? Like, there's no one else out there. He's doing probably better with this squad than what Leeds fans probably thought. Like, if you ask Leeds fans before the season started, where do you think we'll be 10 games in? They probably would have said 18th, 17th.
A lot said, Matt, you're right. A lot said he gets 10 games. He gets 10 games and then we'll see. And that's what, and look at us now. We're not going, I think it might be time up. We're probably saying we're going in the right fucking direction.
I feel like there's just people out there that just don't like him.
A lot of people wrote him off before we kicked the ball, didn't they? They were happy that when them rumours were going around that he's going to get sacked before we even kick the ball. There were loads of people were happy about it. I'm like, who do you bring in? Who do you bring in that's going to give you the same? He knows the team, and whoever we did bring in, when he does eventually go, because he will eventually go, and someone else new will come in, and we'll complain about the same stuff that substitutions being made late. This, that he's being too, stubborn on what players he's bringing in and what team he's putting out there. It'll be the same arguments over and over again because every manager does the same kind of thing. They stick to the way that they play.
But me and Paul talked about this a lot, and Paul mentioned at the start of this with the scale, and Joe mentioned it last week as well. You don't have to love his football, and I don't, and I've never hidden the fact that I don't love his football. But I respect the job that he did last year, and I respect the job he's doing so far this season. And you can do both of those things. You can have both of them. There can be a scale between he's shit, sack him, and I love him. He's the best thing since sliced bread. Never get rid of him. Like there's all this ground in the middle of being. You can critique a performance and you can critique a manager if it's not been good enough. You can come out after a game and go, that wasn't good enough, manager got it wrong, and not want them to be sacked immediately. There is grey area there as well. Again, Joe said this last week, it's the internet now in 2025. It's either in or out. It's tribalism. It's both sides. And there's so much room in the middle. You've got to be able to criticize your manager. You've got to be able to criticize your players. If they don't put in a performance, you've got to be able to say it without being told, well, you're Farke out or you're Farke in. Well, no, I'm praising a manager for a good performance and I'm criticizing him for a bad performance. And if it's the players that got it wrong, criticize the players. And if it's the manager got it wrong, criticize the manager. And then you balance that out when he does the right things as well. So just give and take in both of those areas as well. And he'll get it throughout the whole season, but it doesn't necessarily mean, I was really annoyed after Burnley, really annoyed at him after Burnley. I didn't like anything about that game at all. You're not coming out and going, sack the guy. You're coming out going, that's not good enough. He needs to make changes next week. And he goes out and he makes changes the following week. And that's what you're looking for from them as well. The argument about who you bring in if you do sack him, a bag of money, Craig, can get you any manager you want. Most teams who lose managers don't go after a manager out of work. They'll go, well, top sides anyway, will go and get a manager from another club. So there's always somebody else out there. But do you risk it at that point of a season? Are you better with the devil you know rather than the devil you don't know at this point of a season? Well, because we've seen that before.
What I will say,
we have done that.
Forest and who else? It was just changed the manager. It's not West Ham. It's not working out for them, Joe.
No. Well, I wouldn't touch Forest with a barge pole. I don't think any manager who actually has any belief in himself would go near that place. I don't think the players actually want to be there at this point in time either now. So that's a nut house. West Ham is also a basket case. Look what's going on there, and their own fans singing about selling your soul first the stadium at Friday night.
That was hilarious.
Leeds is a much calmer place. Leeds is a much calmer club. There's the stuff going on behind. We might not always love what the ownership does, but it's a calmer place. It's a steadier place, and it's a more professional working environment. So the big test comes in January with that ownership. There was an investor meeting this weekend. They were all in Leeds to meet and discuss January and discuss their plans. So clearly there's some eye on January and doing business. They'll have to put their hand in their pocket and figure out where money comes from, whether it's selling somebody to bring money in or figuring out other ways of getting money in. But they'll need to do something in January to give Daniel Farke the best possibility of pushing the side on. And again, I said the same thing with Jesse Marsh when he was Leeds manager. If they're successful, we're successful. And that's all that really matters ultimately at the end of the day. I'm a Leeds United fan. I don't care who sits in the dugout as long as Leeds are in a really positive position and doing the right things. And that's what matters. So they have to give him what he needs in January now. He gets pretty much a free hit in December because look at that fixture list in December. None of us will be coming out after games going, well, he should have won that game. These are tough matches. If you can get something the next two, then you're looking at January and going, get that last piece that you're missing. Get it done. Give all of us the best chance of staying in the league, and then enjoy the second half of the season. Take the pressure off then, and then you go into the summer and you've done your defensive work this summer, and then next summer comes about adding the attacking options that you need to add to it, and you keep the whole squad pushes on the level then as well. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of different parts to this, but right now everything's going the way it needs to go, and there'll be ups and downs as there always is. We'll get pissed off at times over the manager, we'll get pissed off at players over the time, but when they do good things, say they do good things. When they do bad things, you can say they do bad things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm head president of FDL though, so like the Farker Defence League. So
that's what I was thinking when he was talking about that. He's got he's got to get the players at in January. They've got to back him with the play, but he's been asking for this for the last 2-3 windows.
3 years looking for number 10.
Yeah, it's not happening, is it? You don't have to, and that's what worries me. But one thing I do think is, we lost to Burnley, but we've got a tough run of fixtures over Christmas. But I think we'll pull points out of the bag against a top side that we will not expect.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. We're seeing it left, right, and centre. I mean, you've only to look at Brentford, and listen, I have to hold my hands up. I had a Brentford. I've got a friend who's a Brentford fan who messages me regularly, and he was trying to warn me pre-season that they weren't going down and they had things in order. And I was going, shut up, man, you're going down. Anyway, he messaged me yesterday and was like, still think we're going down? I went, okay, mate, I'm sorry, you were right. But what Brentford have done, he's took points from Liverpool. He's took points from Man United in the way that they set up and they get it bob on. And there's nothing to say we can't do the same. I mean, look at Liverpool. They haven't won in 4. They're not infallible. Stop Haaland. Maybe have a chance against City as well. Obviously, he didn't score today. They lost 1-0 at Villa. We can get points. So we've just to remain positive. I think with them games as well, we probably can enjoy them more as a collective fan base because we're not expecting to get anything. Yeah. So if we don't, we probably go, look, that wasn't good enough, but on to the next. Yeah. And then when we do, we can all be like, yes, what a surprise. Do you know what I mean? So, look, we're here to fucking fuck shit up. That's what I said. The pre-season, before a ball was kicked, the newly promoted sides, and that went for them all. We were here to mess shit up. And I think the fact that all 3 of us have got more points, I can't remember the stat. Has anyone seen that?
I think Southampton went down on 12 points, didn't they? So we already...
Yeah. No, I mean, I think these teams that have come up combined already have more points than the 3 teams that went down at the end of the season.
Let me get. I can give you some. I can give you some purer stats on that if you would like.
Do it.
23-24. Luton went down on 26. Burnley went down on 24, and Sheffield United went down on 16. 24-25. Leicester went down on 25. Ipswich went down on. I can do that maths. I can in my head. 22. Southampton went down on 12.
We're on 11 already.
And we're on 11 already. To give you an idea, 17th over the last 6 seasons has been 36 points, 35 points, 39 points, 38 points, 36 points, 32 points, and then 38 overall.
So get 40 points. Get 40
points. 40 points is the magic number to look for.
Yeah, 36, a bit of breathing room, hopefully.
Keeps us up.
36 makes it tight. 40 has a breathing room. We can relax a little bit. You don't want to be going to that last game of the season going, shit, we need something from this.
36 in 9 of the last 10 seasons has kept you up, I think. 10 wins.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
As Jerry McNamee says, Dr. Leeds will come in to make it all.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I'm counting 40 because, again, the year we went down, the Opta stat says, pick up whatever meant points the first 8 games. You don't go down went Leeds.
And we did.
So,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of football still to play, but just look after the games that we can pick up points in. Beat the teams below us throughout the whole season. Get another 3 points against Wolves later on the season. Try and pick up points against West Ham on the road. Try and beat the likes of Fulham at home. Beat Burnley at home. They're the games you pick up. The Arsenal, the Manchester Cities, the Liverpools ultimately won't decide whether we go up or down. No. But it's those ones down the bottom we need, and then the ones around it. You can get results, get away at Everton. That's
you bang on though, Joe. Right? If we look at the games, so Wolves we beat. West Ham, we beat. Forest, we play in 2 weeks. Fulham, we should have got a point on the road. Burnley, we lose. Everton, we beat. And then above that, you've got Brighton and then Newcastle, we drew with. So see what Brighton and Forest, their teams in and around us currently.
And they keep you keep them with you as well. Like they don't get away from you because of that. You're dragging them back every single time. So they're the most important. That bottom half of the table is where we want to be getting all of our points from this year. And if you can cause a couple of shocks along the way, I don't think we do, because I think Daniel Farke likes to give the bigger sides a little bit too much respect. I don't like hearing things like after the Arsenal game of, we didn't expect to get anything. Well, no, you don't. But maybe make it a bit more.
This is you're too critical of the man. You're too critical of the man.
No, I just think there's.
You won't be going into that game mentality, though. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm going to that mentality. Going, let's upset them. If we lose, we lose, but let's upset them. You know, let's not get pasted here. Let's get in their faces. And then we did it against Newcastle incredibly well. We didn't let them settle into that game at all. We hit them hard. We made it uncomfortable. And that's all I'm looking for from this Leeds side against the better sides. Just don't let them have an easy run of things. Make it uncomfortable for them. Be physical, be aggressive, annoy them a little bit, rattle their cage so they don't get into their flow. And that's it. And if you can get a point, then great. If you don't, at least you put it up to them, you know, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Let's have some man of the match shouts before we finish up. I think we've gone through a lot. I know we haven't focused specifically on the game's goals, but there's a lot to talk about at the minute, positives. So we'll do Dublin Leeds just says, Joe asked Joe, what height is he? My mother-in-law wants to know.
6'4".
6'4". He is very tall. He is very tall. I'm very small, though, I've noticed in this content creation space. Actually, the two below me, I reckon, are similar height to me, 5'8".
You're just far away.
Yeah, I'm about the same as you, Joe.
Yeah, I thought so, Craig, actually. But yeah, like Joe, Andrea, Oscar,
Max.
they're all like massive. They're all big, tall lads. So it's like, I've been...
Oscar's height surprised me. I actually didn't realize Oscar was as tall as well. And Joe Blackburn is really tall.
Yes, Joe Blackburn is, yeah. Joe's another one, actually, who's quite tall. Right, anyway, we went down that was just a random question there. And like, Joe, a.k.a. Connor Salmon? Who's that?
Connor Salmon?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a big one in the past, isn't it?
Who's that? Is that like an actor?
Connor Salmon played for Ireland. He played for Wigan, I think, as well for a while. Big, tall ball. Yeah. Basically saying all bald men look the same.
Man, you do.
I get Richie Sadlier quite an awful lot as well, who does the studio work for the Ireland matches. I get anytime Richie Sadlier's on television, one of my old football mates will text me going, "There's Jer on TV talking shite again."
To be fair, mate, any bald ginger man,
any bald guy,
I get it all the time. People say, someone sent me one of a day. The lad who I went to school
with. Like being Max from EastEnders show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To be honest, I used to work with
Max from EastEnders.
No, I worked with kids with special needs for a little bit, and one of the lads in there said that I looked like Max Branning, and that's what he used to call me all the time, man. Let me just find this picture.
You put Connor Salmon up, right? Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, just because this picture specifically looks bang on, I believe.
I think I'm a better looking bloke than Connor Salmon, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, mate. But just that picture there, all I can see is you looking at me with a level of disdain during the Content Creator Cup. That was the look.
Screaming at you, where you going, Joe? Get back here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great shout. Right, let's get some man in the matches. Jay, I'll start with you. Thing is... Who's
and
that?
He has that T-shirt as well.
I've got no idea. I've got no idea at all.
I can't lie. Joe, man in the match. And once we've given one, you can't repeat it. So yous that are going to be last. Yeah,
I would.
Joe, you can go first.
I would have had Rodon Ampadu and Aronson in it, but I'd given it to Brendan. I thought he was phenomenal. Sorry, lads.
Brendan, yeah?
Brendan, yeah.
Do you want to talk to me and give me some specifics as to why?
Work rate on the ball, work rate off the ball, the amount of closing down pressing he's done, the tackles that he won in the offensive half, the amount of interceptions he made, read the game really well. Link-up play was really, really good with ECL as well. He came back and defended really well. And then when he had to do the creative stuff, it was there for him this week. So for me, he ticked nearly all the boxes for me. If he can do that, that needs to be, let's hope that's not an outlier, and let's hope that becomes part of what he does. I saw him do against Crystal Palace. I've been talking about it for 2 years. Crystal Palace away, the year we got relegated, on the right hand side, he came inside and did that kind of stuff as well.
He's steadily improving as the season goes on.
He has been, I think he has been, and more confident as well. And the goal definitely helped him. And so for me, and it was his birthday as well this week, so he gets to go on his birthday and a great performance and man the match for me.
Yeah, perfect. Craig, I'll come to you next.
I'll go with Rodon because that's what I had initially. It was just a colossus again in that match.
And you know what, as well, this is where Farker deserves praise. Again, he said, I've been working on his heading, and we have seen
his greatest achievement, Joe, he said. His greatest ever achievement in football.
Yeah, there you go. The fact that but the thing is, Rodon's scored 2, now hit the post, and they're always close now. Where you compare them before, Craig, they were
bouncing off everywhere.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the manager deserves massive praise for that as well. I wonder
You'd
if
be
he's
delighted
just
that dementia kicks in at 55 years of age from heading the ball so much.
Yeah. I wonder if he's just in, like after training, just poppering balls, and he's just got to do that all the time.
I think so, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, Paul, I'm going to save you till last, mate. You were there in the flesh, so you might have noticed something we didn't. Matt, who would get yours?
I'll go Tanaka. I thought it was good. I thought Tanaka was good. Yeah.
Do you think we were better without Stack in the midfield just for this game? I thought we were much more.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Better.
Yeah, I thought Tanaka, he came in, he had to show to keep his spot, and I think he's earned his spot back.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good to have like rotation as well, and like have good players on the bench where you can start different players and we can be happy each week as well. When we used to always have the same player and you're like, well, that's the 11. And then if someone else starts, no one likes it really. But now we've actually got like a squad, which is great. But yeah, Tanaka.
Just on that, and I know this is where maybe Joe has a critique as well. I think sometimes Farker will keep a same 11 until it loses or until it's bad, instead of switching it up. Like for me now, I think the next game will be that exact same 11.
Yeah.
And if they get a decent-ish performance, it'll be the same again. And
reactive.
And I do listen, I know I'm a fan of it, but I do critique. I know people don't hear it when I critique him, because they just think I think anything he does, he's amazing. But that is something that we saw wholesale changes. We get positive. We're then going to go into next week and it'll be the same. You know what I mean? So there is a bit of that.
There's games you look at, like Burnley, you can be more attacking. Bring Tanaka in for that game.
Yes.
Liverpool, we need to be more defensive. Bring Anton Stack in for that game. I mean, and again, I keep going back to this is his squad now. He's got those options there to do that. Johnny Cooper stat on Tanaka. Tanaka's 20th start for Leeds at Ellen Road and the 18th time that he's ended up on the winning side. All-time LUFC record for wins in a player in their first 20 games at Ellen Road. I saw another one as well. I haven't got it exactly, but it was like games that Leeds have won with Tanaka in the thing. It was like 2/3. Games that Leeds have lost with Tanaka out of the side. It was like all of them. Like when he's in the team, Leeds win.
That was me. I said that.
He brought so much energy to that game, though, didn't he? He brought so much energy to that midfield. So
in the first half, he was exceptional, mate. He was absolutely unreal.
So tidy on the ball.
Yeah, quality. Right, go on then, Paul. Your shout, mate.
Right, Aronson, definitely. I thought his overall play, his energy.
I've already had Aronson.
Come on, man. Get the game.
Ampadu.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Reasons?
Because he is our captain and he's a very, very beautiful man. No, his all-round play, his bursting all the way through the middle, a lot was very, very good. I thought his control of the team was good as well. There were points where players were going down and he was telling them, get up. So there was a point right near the end of the match, Biol went down. Just outside, but Ampadu ran over him, shouted at him and told him to get up. He wouldn't let Gabby leave the pitch, kept telling Gabby to stay where he is.
Gabby was willing to walk up. They were going, what are you doing? Go down. Stay on the pitch. Oh, it was funny.
Rode on, say it to him. Just go down.
Go down.
That's what they wanted him to do. Just stay on the pitch and go down. But he puts in a good captain's performance, and again the fee that we paid for Ampadu again it looks ridiculous because he's that good. You said it yourself, Joe. He's metronomic in the middle of the park. He's very reliable. He does exactly what he needs to do. But what I liked about it specifically was he's kind of almost getting this side to side passing out of his game a little bit more, and there seems to be more penetrative passing. I wanted to get penetrative in for the entire thing. Penetrative passing. That seems to be a little bit more now, which is
like
good.
A bit of penetration, Paul. I get it.
Especially when it's great.
Yeah, it's great. It is.
Apart from when it matters, because there were one ball that. See, I'll critic, even though he had a fantastic game.
Hang on, why? When doesn't penetration matter? I thought it was always.
In the supermarket, in the cold beverage aisle.
It does. And also, Joe, it depends how much you're paying.
Not now.
Depends how much you're paying.
Sorry, go on, Craig.
No, it was just that. I think it was late. I think it was late on it first half. Or he'd made a run through middle, and Okafor made a run, and he drew the two defenders, and
Oh,
he held the pass. He held the pass too.
Oh,
too
yeah,
late.
yeah.
And I thought, he's held it too late. Now go shoot, because he's drawn those two defenders away. You've got opportunity to shoot. But he decided to play the pass, and then he played it a bit like, the wrong way on the ball.
Much too late. I remember saying it on the watch line. It had to go. It had to go.
Just released it earlier at times. But if he keeps it moving quickly, Joe, because the one criticism I've anything to do is sometimes he slows the game down a little bit too much, and I don't like Leeds playing slow. But when this game particularly, everything he did was quick. Everything he did was quick, and it really makes a difference. And he's very good.
Yeah, he is.
Big, strong lad as well, mobile, which is
captain.
Good.
Good captain.
Yeah, top performance all around. I'll give you my man of match. Thanks for asking, lads.
Who's your man of match?
Yeah, I'm going to be, because we've run out of top players, I'm just going to say first 45, Okafor, and then second half, I'll give it James Justin, because I thought his performance.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
I just think, because I think for me as well, I was saying this 10 million we've spent on him and we can't score goals and I've told man's up. That's why, because it didn't look any different for me, lads. I don't know about you. It did not look any different. Whereas if that's Byram, and I love Byram, it's a massive drop-off. Even last season in the Championship, we saw massive drop-offs if Firport or Bogle wasn't playing. And James Justin didn't do that. And you just know he can do exactly the same on the right as well. So that there is great asset. Yeah, like you said, great asset. Yeah.
The recruitment team have almost had a perfect summer. When you start to look back on it now and look at the players playing every week, you're like, Jesus, lads, if you just finished it off, you'll be getting so many pats on the back right 100%. Now.
If we just got a right winger over at line, a Buenanotte, Harry Wilson, it'd just be 10 times better, wouldn't it? It would have.
Give me Spurs,
or even Spurs, and whoever, man, we were linked to bloody every man and the dog, weren't it? Look, fab weekend. Fab weekend for all, really, in the bottom end. Those newly promoted sides, I think we need to all bang a drum for that. I will be back tomorrow. Not sure when. Does anyone have anything they want to shout out? Anything coming up this week?
Matt did player ratings yesterday and breakdowns of the goals. Each of the goals broken down so as well. So if anyone's checked them out, they can.
Yeah.
Anyone else? 800 shorts. 800 shorts have gone up on my.
I keep getting them off you, Paul. I'm like, oh, what's this? Have you made this? Is like, it's quite cool.
No, not those. It's because of the YouTube thingy. I'll do a video, and then what I'll do is I'll pull some shorts from that video and then upload them as well, because then it pulls people round to go and look at the video. But yeah, I've been cap cutting the hell out of stuff as well. Just make really nice mixes to try and get some really cool sort of things. And then what is it? I uploaded the video to YouTube of that I put up of the marching on together before the game, and some Brazilian company has you can have some of my shorts if you want. Some Brazilian
after the gym specifically.
Yeah, you see, I don't wear any pants at the gym, so my nuts have absolutely rubbed the gusset. So you get him in there, you just be like that,
dude.
Love it.
So anyways, what was I talking about?
Brazil.
Yeah,
Brazilians apparently.
So I uploaded a marching on together video to YouTube, just like filming the crowd singing marching on together. Some Brazilian publishing company claimed it, and my video got completely demonetized and then got banned from being able to play. And I thought, should I
appeal it?
Yeah, appeal it. But then I went, really can't. No, because you have to. If you go through the appeal process, you have to put in all of your details, the telephone number. I mean, I know they've got all of that already in it. But then the person that's made the claim against you can then see all your information. So if it's a spurious claim against you, I don't want to be giving my. Listen, I've just had some guy called George Agadaguego, whatever they call it. You remember the phone jacker thing? Trying to break into my Instagram account. I've had to change all my passwords.
Do you know what the new one is? I don't know about you lads. You may do in the space.
Yeah.
But I get emails of people pretending to be from companies about sponsorship. And then when I check their emails, it's like, I don't know.
The email address never matches the signature on the end of it.
Why would you be working on behalf of Hershey's? I had, and I was like, oh, Hershey's. And I looked at it, it was like,
I get so many DocuSign
many.
documents sent to my channel email every single day. I've gone, we've received your payment. Please sign the document. Like, yeah, I haven't paid anyone anything, so you can walk. I get the exact. If you look at the email address, it'll be like Chris Murphy at Hershey's, but it's not spelled right. And then the bottom will be signed Danny. You know, like with your email address and your name aren't the same. So that's, but they're every day.
True that. Right. Well, Craig, Matt, anything you want to mention?
I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 988, so I'm getting close. Matt Leeds.
Right. Love that.
And also Matt Leeds YT on TikTok. I'm at 1,418 followers on that. So yeah. Nice.
Let's get Matt let's get him that 1,000 sub tonight if we can, folks. I know there's enough here in the chat. There's 406 people here now. So if you can go on over and subscribe, if one of the mods could put his channel in the chat for me as well, that would be great. And Craig, All Leeds TV, the podcast, what are you doing this week?
Well, match reactions as usual, play ratings, all that jazz when we play. So, and there's little bits in between sometimes, but mainly that's what we do. And yeah, I'm only on 174 subscribers, so come on, get that up.
Oh, really, Craig? Right. Well, we need to sort that out.
I think a lot of people are associated with actual All Leeds TV and not the podcast. So
yeah, right.
We need to get that up.
Yeah, get that up as well. If we could put the channel in the chat as well, that'd be great. Thank you to Danny and Oliver that have been doing that. So please get them channels across. I will be great work, lads, and good to see my ex-Canary boss Alex Neil on the panel. Who's that? Is that Craig? Is that Craig or Jer? Which one?
Not me.
That's got to be Jer.
I think it might be Craig, you know.
I would have thought Craig. I thought Craig is an Alex.
Are you talking about this guy here?
Yeah.
Or that guy
Connor
there?
Salmon, Max Brannigan, and Alex Neil on tonight's podcast. What a show.
Yes, man. What a show. Exactly. Yes, this is Craig. Is it Craig? All Leeds TV pod? That one?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
ALTV podcast, yeah? Yeah, there you go. Make sure you go on over and do that as well. Show some love. The Leeds content creator space is full of many decent folks. So please do go show some love to them. We've got a great community. Thanks for watching this. Great to have you folks on as well. It's nice to switch it up and get different voices on this show. And we'll see you during the week, man. Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy your weekend because we smashed it. Bye-bye.